Jocko, what is the difference between extreme ownership versus the easy button? Can you elaborate? I just need a little more clarification to connect the dots in my situation.
Okay. Again, so as a leader, yes, of course, you are supposed to take ownership of everything, extreme ownership of everything. That's what we talk about all the time. But does this mean that you say, I will do this and I will do that and I will do the other thing and I will do everything that the team is supposed to be doing? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Now, ownership does mean that you get things done. You are responsible for making sure things get done. That's what ownership is. If our team is in charge of something, if our team is in charge of a project and we don't get it done, it's my fault. It's not anybody else's fault. So that's what it is. It means you take responsibility when things go wrong. It means you take responsibility for problems and you get them fixed. That's definitely ownership. Now, the easy button, and when I talk about the easy button in a negative way, because that's what I'm doing here, it's when your subordinates come to you and say, how should I do this? Or what's the best way to execute this? Or can you tell me a good plan on how we should make this happen? Or even, hey, there's bad news. Can you come tell my people? Because I don't really want to do it. Now, if you say yes to those types of things on a regular basis, then what you're doing is you're actually stunting the growth of your subordinate leader. Okay. Because instead, when you come to me and you say, hey, Jocko, we got this mission, we got a plan. How do you think we should do it? If I say, okay, we should come in from the north, you should set up an overwatch position here, you should move through the target from this direction, you just didn't learn anything. You just took what I told you. Mm-hmm. Instead, I say, well, go come up with your best plan and come back to me and brief me on it. Mm-hmm. And so now you might be kind of bummed out because you didn't want to have to do this extra work, but now you got to go do a little extra work, but now you're learning. Right. And in 2 or 3 times, you're not even going to come to ask me anymore. You're going to come with a plan. And because we already did a cycle after cycle of you saying, hey, here's my plan, and me saying, hey, make this adjustment. And you come back next time, you say, here's my plan. And I say, make this little adjustment. And eventually you know to make those adjustments on your own. And now you can do it by yourself. And that's what we want. I don't want to stunt the growth of my subordinate leader. So I don't want to be an easy button.
Gotcha. So you're providing the easy button, like that's what they're talking about when they say easy button.
Yeah. If
like you don't want to be the easy button
for everybody else, and also, no one's going to be able to take your job from you, which is actually what you want. I want to make every one of my subordinates so good that they can take my job from me. That means I can step up and look forward and look out, and they can do a better job of handling what they've got to handle. And eventually, when it's my time to get promoted, I got people to take my place, and we're all good. Of course, that doesn't mean leave them blind or let them fail. Don't do that. You want to give them rope, but you don't give them enough rope to hang themselves. Yeah. You give them enough rope that they maybe get a little knot in the rope and it gets a little bit sloppy, and then you go over to them and say, hey, there's a knot here. Let me help you get that untied. And now you give them the rope again. Right. So you don't, in the military, you don't let someone go do a mission that's real where someone's going to get hurt, killed, or a mission failure because you wanted to not be the easy button. No, you don't do that. Mm-hmm. In the civilian sector, you don't let someone lose a big client or lose a bunch of money or make a mistake that costs a bunch of capital because you didn't want to be the easy button. No. Now, might you let someone make a little mistake? Sure. Yeah. Little mistake that costs them a little bit of money? Sure. Yeah. So they learn a lesson? Sure. Yeah. But you don't let them fall on your face. You don't let them hang themselves. Yeah. So that's that.
Makes sense. Next question.